Questions for Coach? We'll start with John Corrales.
Hey, Brad, can we just start with the health updates? Jaylen, Jayson, Kemba.
Jayson practiced full. Kemba practiced full. Jaylen was out. Jaylen's out tomorrow, but very much day to day after that.
Mark Murphy.
Hey, Brad, is there any diagnosis on Jaylen? Were tests taken?
Sprained ankle.
Bob Schron.
Thanks, Brandon. Hi, Coach. Coach, can you talk about Marcus, his intensity? It's so important to the team, and talk about it, please. Thank you.
Well, I think everybody, we need all five guys to play with great intensity and great physicality and great toughness, great poise, all those things. Marcus obviously has impacted us for a lot of years in those ways. And he needs to, we need him to, be a guy, especially at the head of our defense in a lot of occasions, that can impact the ball, without fouling. And, there will be times where he's guarding bigger guys and times where he's guarding smaller. And we just need him to continue to do that. I think in the last, he obviously didn't play in the Charlotte game. And I thought did some good things up until the end in the Portland game. But, before the Charlotte game, I'd say those couple of weeks, maybe before the Oklahoma City game, he was having some of his best basketball that he's played all year. And was impacting us in ways regardless. He made a couple big shots in that stretch. And then, but more so was impacting us in all the little things that lead to winning on both ends of the court.
Matt Vittor.
Brad, is there any silver lining for Kemba's knee getting an extended break with the postseason not that far away to give his knee a bit of a rest before going into it the rest of the way?
Matt, I'd say that would always be the case anytime he gets time off, but his knee's good. Like, he's done a good job. He's worked really hard at strengthening it. We've stayed with the no back-to-backs, and that's been a difficult thing at times for our team. But I think that it was the right move for Kemba. And, as a result, I think his knee feels pretty good heading into the latter part of the season. It's going to be quite a challenge to ultimately get to where we want to go. But if, he is obviously, his health is of utmost importance to anything that we could possibly achieve as a group.
John Krause.
Brad, this was one of, if not the last practice that you're having this regular season. When you look back at how few practices that you've had, what have you been able to get out of them?
Yeah, we had the opportunity to do a lot of individual work, small group work, guys that didn't play, film sessions, shoot around work, pregame work. But I'd say, you're probably 10 or 20% behind normal of what you usually would get with regard to time on the court, honing the techniques and system things that, can make you better and make you good. But, I thought today's practice was a positive, and, we're going to need every day to be something that adds to what we're doing because, these last 7 games are super meaningful. Every single minute of every one of these games.
Tim Bontemps.
Hey, Brad, obviously we've seen this season that the offensive explosion around the league has even, gone further than it has the past couple of years. I was curious, do you expect that to continue into the playoffs, or will we kind of see what we typically always have, where defense is going to kind of come back to the fore and slow things down a little bit more?
Well, I think, first of all, the offenses are all better because it's just so hard to guard, that much space and that much room. I think as you see everyone get healthy, or as healthy as they can be, you'll see as many versatile guys out there as possible in those scenarios. And you'll see as much switching or things that can help you cover the 3-point line as you did last year when the defenses did rise, at least in relation to the regular season this year. I anticipate, just like every other series, right? If you get into a playoff series, you're going to know the other team inside and out. And so as you get into games 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, every possession becomes harder and harder to score in the half court. And, it's something we talked about today with regard to we played a team that was dialed in Portland. We didn't get beat on all the tough shots they hit when we were chasing them and they were still making them. We got beat on our turnovers and our rim decisions that led to runouts. And if you get into that point in the playoffs, that's how you lose playoff series. That's how you lose playoff games. And, ultimately, we've got to correct that now because our playoffs clearly have started. Hopefully we can have our best 7 games defensively as we head into whatever our postseason opportunities are.
All right, we'll wrap it up right there. Thanks, Coach.